Good evening to all my wonderful viewers out there, and welcome back to another drop list video, the series where I cover all the items that are releasing in a specific week for various different streetwear brands. And in today's video, I'm going to be covering everything that released in week 9 of Supreme's Spring Summer 2025 collection. Yeah, welcome back, guys. So the 9th week of Supreme's Spring Summer 2025 collection. We already know what is going to be releasing, or should I say, what has released in week 9, as we just covered a collaboration for week 9 in a Streetwear Talk video. Now, in that video, we talked about that there was a collaboration between Supreme and Spike Lee's production company, 40 Acres. Now, that released in week 9 alongside some seasonal pieces as well. So in today's video, I'll cover the release details for week 9, the seasonal pieces, the collaborative pieces, my thoughts on the pieces, and my thoughts on the week as a whole. And how we're going to cover all those details is by using a Supreme community page. We'll head on over to that page now and we'll start covering the release details for week 9. So here we are at the Supreme community page that we're going to be using to cover week 9 today, guys. If you want to vote on the items yourselves, feel free to go down to the description section below, as it'll be linked down there. But we'll cover the release details first, and then we'll dive into all the items that released in that week. So starting off with the release details, it dropped on the 24th of April 2025. It would have dropped 2 days later on the 26th, on the Saturday, for Asia. But for the 24th, it released 11 a.m. EDT time in the United States. I would assume Eastern Daylight Time, and then 4 p.m. British Standard Time for the UK, and 5 p.m. Central European Standard Time for the EU. Now, if you have any further questions on when week 9 released, let me know down in that comment section below. But for most of the world, we got it on the 24th, and in Asia, we got it on the 26th. Now that we have covered the release details for week 9, now we've got to cover the individual categories and all the individual pieces. So let's get into it. Let's start by covering the tops/sweaters that released in week 9, which we have a couple releasing this week. We have the stripe mesh tank top, and I am in complete agreement with the Supreme community on this one. This is atrocious. I'm completely out. I'm downvoting this one. It's not for me. Then we move to the newspaper short sleeve top. This is just as horrendous, if not worse. I hate it. Nah, I'm completely out. Then we move to the collaborative twill baseball jersey. Love it in the white, the black. I don't think the colors pop as much, so I'm gonna have to leave it as a no for the black, the yes for the white. $160, let's do it. Then we have the Supreme Umbro zip up sweater. It's this nice mix of like a sweater, a soccer jersey. Umbro is coming in and bringing all of those European, British, I guess, design choices into this collaboration. I think it's fine. I think depending on how you style it, it'll look really nice. But for me, I don't wear anything near that style. So it's not going to be a yes from me from personal style. But do I think the piece is fine? Look, I think it's fine in the blue and the black. The purple and the red, all dependent on how you style it. But I can see the vision. I will give it a thumbs up and leave it at that. Now moving to the shorts, we have, I think, just 3 options. Yeah, just 3 options. We have the small box logo sweat shorts. I feel like these are fine. Get them in a solid color, no dramas, wear them around the house. I'm not gonna have any complaints. Then we have the handwritten double knee denim shorts. They're very loud, very crazy. I feel like you can still wear them quite well. It's a unique design that I haven't seen being done before on a pair of shorts. So I'm more encouraged to give them a thumbs up because traditionally, yeah, I probably would have downvoted them, to be honest. Then we have the Supreme Umbro knit soccer shorts. I'm bummed out that it's a pair of shorts and not a pair of pants because I feel like the pair of pants could have worked very well with the knit. This though, with Supreme over the crotch, nah, I can't. Sorry, I'm here for the sweater, but the shorts, can't do it. To the shoes, I mean, look, I'm very interested to see if these actually released. Let me know if they did release back in week 9 because the Supreme Vans Nate Loman Skate Grosso mids. These were meant to release, like, I want to say a full year ago. And I remember a lot of the pieces got delayed because, like, on that Thursday that this season, I guess that season was meant to drop these pieces, there was a school shooting in the US. There was this horrific event that happened, and it felt really wrong to release this kind of collaboration on that week. So they delayed it a week, then they only dropped a couple pieces, and then a couple pieces never actually came out. And then we wondered if we were ever going to get them again. And I guess like a year and a half later, here they are, potentially have released in week 9 in the spring-summer 25 season. I think I saw when I was looking at all the pieces, the pin had dropped this week. Look, it says TBA. I'd love to know if it actually released in week 9. Let me know in the comment section below. But there's a lot of controversy surrounding this shoe because of the timing. The shoe itself, fine. Couple bullet holes in a shoe. It's a motif that Nate uses regularly. It looks fine in the black, the white, the red. It looks fine in all the colors. But I'd be interested to know if it released. What do I think of the shoe? I think it's fine. I don't think it's anything super crazy, super controversial, ugly, etc., etc. But just an unfortunate release schedule, I will say. But a fine shoe, for sure. Now, to move to the pants, we have the curve piping sweat pant. It's fine. Do you know what? I actually really wish it didn't have a Supreme logo on it because the piping design actually looks kind of cool. And I think it really is ruined by the logo. And it looks like the Supreme community agrees in some kind of capacity. Maybe it's just the design itself. Don't mind the silhouette, don't mind the colors, don't mind the design. It's just the Supreme logo for me. Nah. Then we have the studded seam loose fit jeans. So from my understanding, I guess the studs are in the individual little corners of all these squares. It's a crazy piece. In black and blue, it looks quite nice. I kind of lose it in the cream color. It is $370 though. Oh, wow. Can I get it for like a quarter of that price? Then I'm in. But I don't mind it. It's not horrendous. It's just that price point is quite a bit. Now to the accessories. Okay, so we have a couple. Don't know if they actually released in week 9 or not. Would love to hear if it did. We have this neighborhood changed by Nate Loman. Then from my understanding, I assume this is like a book. Don't know if this actually released or not. I'd be interested to see if it did release, if it's a book, if it's a series of prints. I'm sure I would give it a thumbs up regardless. The motif is iconic for Nate's work. You've seen it many, many seasons before. I don't know. I don't have anything against it. Again, maybe they just tried to push this out this week just because it's like a year and a half late at this point. Moving to the wolf form dress, I guess, mannequin. This is $1,900. From my understanding, these mannequins, with how they're designed, they're not actually far off that price tag. Like, this isn't a huge I guess, increase in price from how they normally are. From my understanding, they're quite expensive anyway. I think someone once said that they were like $1,500. So to add like $400 for the Supreme logo on the chest and the design on the back, it's not as crazy as other Supreme pieces where they've done this and then they've like 400% increased the price. This is actually quite reasonable. For me, I'll stick to my hangers on my clothing in my bedroom, but I can understand for an actual clothing designer, this would be really beneficial for sure. Then we have the bullet hole pin. This was the pin that was meant to come out like a year and a half ago. Look, it's probably like $8, and if it did release, fantastic. It's got the iconic motif, the co-branding, but I doubt it actually released. I feel like they're going to stay away from this release as much as possible. Then we have the Supreme Swiss Link stainless 20-liter water can. That's crazy. It's $170. 20 liters is massive because, like, to give you context, like this drink bottle that I have here is like, what is this? This is like 1.5 liters or something like that, maybe 2 liters at most. That's 10 times that. And this is massive. So that's going to be huge. Look, if you need that amount of water, chuck it on the back of your car, go out for a road trip, sure. But that is like, you're not going to have that at home. You're not going to drink 20 liters in a day. You'll probably die. Look, it's a cool accessory for sure. Get it if you need it, but that is a lot of water to have in this kind of water can here. Then we move to the jackets this week. We have the studded seam denim jacket. This is the top half to the denim that we saw before. It's a nice top half. I don't think it's horrendous. I think the black and the blue are nice color options. $400 for the jacket or $360-ish for the pants. Probably would go the jacket over the pants because of that price point. Then we move to the Sea Island cotton suit. A cotton suit for $700. Probably just go buy like vintage ones from vintage stores or get one actually custom made for myself, because $700 for a cotton suit, it's probably not going to fit me well. I'm not overly inclined to, but black on black does look nice. I love wearing black. I'd give it a thumbs up because the design looks nice, but the price point, too much. Then we have the Supreme 40 Acres Malcolm X varsity jacket. I think it's a lovely piece. It's got wool, it's got leather, it's got all the co-branding and design choices that I really like. $600. It's a nice piece. I would wear something like this for sure. I talked about the collaboration before, but it's a nice piece. Now moving to the sweatshirts, we have the curve piping hooded sweatshirt. This one is a lot nicer than the pants. The Supreme logo does look nicer on this than the pants. For me, I'm still on the idea to say, get rid of all the Supreme Supreme logos. The pants would look nicer. The hoodie would look nicer. But I will say that on the hoodie, it does look nicer to have the logo here. But all in all, if you could remove the branding, just the piping, yeah, I'm down for that. I'm not opposed for that, but we'll see. Then we have the small box logo zip up hooded sweatshirt. Give it to me in a solid color like the gray or the black. Absolutely. The rest of them, I'm not overly entertained by it. I'm kind of like, yeah, it's fine. It's nothing too crazy, but each to their own, I suppose. Like some may really like the orange camo design here. For me, just give it to me in black. Now moving to the hats, we have the 40 Acres Clockers 6-panel. Love it in the white, the black. It's okay. $50, I can't complain. We then have the Racing Team 6-panel. I think in the solid colors here, it's fine. In the camo color, not really for me, but not really my style overall, but I know a lot of you out there would really enjoy something like this. I think it's a fine piece, just not for me. Then we have the handwriting denim camp cap. I think this is the best use of that design across all the pieces we've seen this week. I think the hat is the nicest. I think the multicolor one is really nice. The black and white one is really nice. Thumbs up. Thumbs up across the board. It is a nice piece. And last but not least, we have the t-shirts, and thankfully, we have the t-shirts coming in different colors. Because I was stressed about that when I saw it in the Streetwear Talk video. I was like, oh man, please, because we saw the Spike Lee t-shirt in the green and then the Malcolm X one in the pink, and I was not feeling it because of the color options. But then we see in this Streetwear Talk video it releasing in a white and a black. I'm in, absolutely. $50 in white and black, yes please. The Spike Lee t-shirt in white and black, yes please, absolutely. I'm in. It's telling me that I can't vote for it, but I'm going to keep voting for it. I want both of them in a black or a white. No color options, please. I don't wear them. I wouldn't wear them. That's all I need. But it's great. Lovely t-shirts for the collaboration. But that is everything releasing in week 9. How do I feel about week 9? It's definitely not up there. It's definitely one of the lower scoring weeks. I think my favorite pieces are the collaboration with Spike Lee's production company. For me, I think my favorite piece is probably going to go to the Spike Lee t-shirt this week, or the baseball jersey, or maybe the varsity jacket. As for seasonal pieces that I really enjoy, the handwriting pieces are really nice, so I'd probably go that. It's interesting that we didn't get this design on a bunch of, I guess, like t-shirts, jackets, hoodies, everything like that, because they could have looked really nice. I feel like in the double knee denim shorts and the cap, it's fine, but it looked cool in a denim jacket. It would have looked cool in a cardigan potentially, But anyway, that's just my thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts on week 9, if it's a hit or a miss. Let me know how you feel about this weekly release down in that comment section below. And that is everything really to cover about week 9. We covered the release details. It dropped on the 24th of April or the 26th if you live in Asia. We covered the seasonal pieces, collaborative pieces, and my thoughts and opinions on all the individual pieces and the week as a whole. Now I want to hear from you guys. Did you pick up anything from week 9? Did you go for the collaborative pieces, the seasonal pieces? I'd love to hear. If you bought anything from this week, let me know down in that comment section below. And of course, if you guys want me to keep covering these weekly releases from Supreme, you've just got to give me the 3 indicators I always ask you for, which is a like on this video, a comment in that comment section down below, and if you haven't already, the best indicator you can give me is to subscribe to the channel. As mentioned in previous uploads, we're trying to hit the subscriber milestone of 3,970 subscribers. Hopefully with your guys' continuous support, we'll be able to reach that milestone before the end of the month. But that is everything I have to say about week 9 though, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and until the next Streetwear Talk video, until the next drop list video, until the next Supreme video in general, I'll catch you later.